Good morning, guys. Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome to episode 37 of the Great Farm Cleanup. I've filmed a few sunsets at the farm for you. This is a sunrise. It's just before 7. I've been up for a while. I've been editing a video from yesterday and had a coffee, and I'm ready for another one. I don't talk to anyone before my first coffee. And today we're going to continue what we were on yesterday with episode 36. Want to get the container emptied, want to get the garden shed emptied, need to load some stuff in the van, get some more stuff priced. I took some photos of a lot of the stuff for free, and I thought I might throw them on Facebook. That sun's getting a bit bright. I thought I might throw them on Facebook early this morning and say, today only, come and get these things for free, because if we can make some space, that's got to be good all round. So I'm going to go and have another coffee shortly and do that. And yeah, we'll get into our day and hopefully get a lot done. Time for an update on today's proceedings. We've just had a quick lunch, so I've been busy all morning. It's actually got quite warm now. It was much nicer at 7 o'clock this morning. I've been adding to our garage sale display, so I've got a lot of things coming out here now. I figure I might as well price all sorts of stuff, and if it doesn't sell, I can take it back to Nagambie, some of the better stuff anyway. So we have had some success with the free stuff. The jars, I had ended up with 3 boxes of jars. They've gone. That shelf came out of the container. I put $20 on that. Apparently Dad made that in the 1960s, so quite a retro sort of styling, and it's been used as a bookcase and all sorts of things over the years. But time for it to go. So yep, they've got a nice little display here, and the lady that came out to pick up the jars actually was a bit interested in the camping chairs over there. I think she might be coming back, so it works well. I don't want an open slather garage sale, advertise the address and all that sort of stuff when I'm not around, but every time I'm here I'll do a little posting on the local Facebook groups and probably promote the free stuff and maybe highlight a few other things with prices rather than call it a garage sale. And when people are out here they can have a browse around. I've started loading a trailer. It's getting pretty warm in the sun, but we've got a load to go to the tip there. I've been chopping up some old handles and things for Mum for the kitchen fire because she needs some smaller wood. So I've got one of those wheelbarrows empty, and that's being filled with scrap wood. This was that shelf unit that came out of the garden shed, and I'm confident, I think it's been made out of old boxes. I don't know if they're oil boxes. Later today when it cools down, we'll take the sides off and see if there's any advertising. I'd love it if they were actually oil boxes. It would suddenly be quite a valuable little cabinet. But there's masonite on each side. Mum thinks it came from her where she grew up, and she thinks it may have even been made by her father, but she couldn't remember. But it certainly dates back to the Depression era, where they made do with what they could get, and they often made furniture, whether it be the shed or the house, just out of old boxes. So hopefully these boxes have some advertising written on the sides. So we'll reveal that later today when it cools down a bit. This shelf over here came out of the garden shed. I actually had to take it apart. It was a complete corner unit, and it was easier to get around here in bits, and I pressure washed the thing off so it's nice and clean, particularly in that top part where they had the chemicals in it, so that can be loaded in the van. We need to load some stuff, some furniture into the van, perhaps when it cools down a bit this afternoon. And I have a lot of other stuff, some to go back to the shop, some to go to Mum's house, and a lot of recycling here. Tins, bits of cardboard, old jars, things that really aren't worth even giving away, but they are recyclable. And I've mentioned before that the recycling system over in this part of Victoria is pretty much non-existent, so I'll take these back to Nagambie and they will go in our recycle bins. As I have the rubbish trailer ready to load, I've been picking up some things around the yard and cleaning up various areas of the garden. So this area here there's only just scrap steel left, bits of wire, rusted out old tins, things that can go to the transfer station for free, and I'll do that load probably next time I'm home. So we've got rid of all the rubbish from there. I've moved a few things from around here, so the yard's opening up and looking a bit neater. I have to do a count up on Mum's wheelbarrows. I think she has about 18. I've got to put drums aside because remember last episode, or no, a few episodes, last trip, we had a guy come and buy all our drums for tree guards and he wanted to get some more, so we'll put them aside. That little tank will make an excellent compost bin, so I will probably Oh, I might take that back to the carport area and put a price on it. I can promote that next time I'm home. Let's have a look in the garden shed. If you want a shed cleaned, the Ultimate Recycler is your man. Have a look at this. I love a clean shed. Well, actually, I love other people's clean sheds. I like mine cluttered for some strange reason. But anyway, we have a wonderful Echo, and I'm just going to put some old cardboard boxes that aren't any use to us in here. And Mum's sorting out some old paperwork from the filing cabinets inside, and a lot of stuff, old farming records and things that need to be burnt. They can go in here until the weather is cool enough for us to light the bonfire and in the paddock, and then all this stuff can go out there. So garden shed's complete, a little bit of timber and stuff to clean up there, a couple of garden tools still here, and I've been working on the container this afternoon. I do hope to get this finished today. As I said in yesterday's video, that this is a bit of a priority this trip. I really wanted to have the container finished and locked up and ticked off the list. So we're getting there, not a lot more to go here. So I better keep on it. It's certainly warming up in the sun though, so I'll be drinking lots of water and keep forging ahead. 2 pieces of furniture gone. That's a bonus. So I can now spread a little bit more stuff around in our garage sale area. Now that we've opened up that wall, I'll sweep it down first, and that allows me probably to get some of the wardrobes out of Mum's shed, which will probably be freebies anyway, but it's nice to put them out here in the display area. Very good. So I've been working on the container this afternoon, but it got pretty hot, and I've had another job pop up on my list, and what better to do in the middle of a hot afternoon than to repair a split water pipe. There's a poly pipe here. It's the main feed in from the tank to the garden, and it's got, I'm not sure if you'll pick this up in the camera, but it's got a pinhole here. A bad bit of pipe, obviously it's been damaged or something. So I found a piece of pipe over in the yard, and there is another joiner right next to it. There's a short piece in there, so I'm going to take that apart, take the short piece out, cut a longer piece, and cut this back behind the damage. Okay, I've managed to find a tap to turn the water off. The plumbing plan of this place is extremely mysterious. Dad's been working on it pretty well all his life. Geez, these fittings were loose. I didn't even need a shifter. So he's added pipes and taken pipes away, and there's pipes that go do loops, and there's overpasses and underpasses, and I think if you dig a 1 square foot hole anywhere in the garden, you'll probably find a pipe, and the whole thing's a big mystery. I don't think a group of scientists could have designed a complicated as plumbing system as what Dad's created. But anyway, we've found where to turn it off, and I think I can, get all this apart. We don't have a fountain, so that's good. Oh, have I got the right size pipe? Yeah, I think I have. These fittings go into it. I think it's just a split collar. So yeah, we're the right size. So I'll select a clean length with no holes, because obviously I think this one's been hit with a lawnmower at one stage in its life. I've got to get this part out. Oh yeah, that's going to come out, I think. Slowly but surely. In fact, I have to cut this bit. This bit has the hole in it, and it looks like that's been hit by a mower or something. Maybe it was crunched on the path against the concrete with something, by a wheelbarrow wheel or something or other. I'll go and get a hammer and tap that out. And we've got to do the same. Whoops. So yeah, we don't want that middle bit either. That's got to come out as well. And also the same this end. And I've got to get these ones off here. Let's keep them in order so we don't get confused. Ah, that fitting actually came out with that one. That's good. Alright, so those two go that way. That one, a little split collar. And we've got to get this out, and that one. Alright, I'll go and get a hammer, because they tap out quite okay with a hammer. So I tried hammering that out and it wouldn't move, and I tried the cold chisel with a nice square edge, and it's jammed in tight. It's been in there for a long time. So I'm going to have to take this inside and pour some boiling water over it. That'll allow it to come out. It softens the poly. And I'll cut this other one off back to where I want it, and I'll do the same with that. I'll take that end piece in and put some boiling water on that to remove it. Then I need to measure up a piece of the good pipe, and then basically just reassemble it. So let's cut back where was our split? I think it was just in there somewhere. So we've got plenty of pipe. Let's cut back to a good section, probably back about here. And we'll try and get a fairly square cut with the hacksaw. Okay, that should be pretty good. All right, I'll take these inside and remove the two ends. Success, I managed to get them out. The water was just out of the tap. It was hot enough, but I still needed to pound them with the cold chisel. But anyway, we got them out. So now we have to put one back in this part, and our fitting's already on the end. I've checked that, so we can actually hammer this one home. And we have our little sleeve there, and the collar slides up there, and that part goes in there. So we'll do that one up properly when we're finished, but we'll nip it up for now. So now I need to cut a piece of pipe long enough to join these up. So I can put this one on here. I probably didn't need to take this other end off, did I? So that's secure. I can do that one up firm for now. Alright, so I need to cut a bit of pipe to go onto that one and into that one, but we need to remember to put the respective collars on before we do it. So I can probably measure that up as it sits there. We can allow a bit because we can push the pipe back. So let's go there. And I think about there. Okay, we'll put our collar on, our little split ring thing, although we could have fed them on the other end because we don't have a fitting on there yet. We'll hammer this one home, it goes in that way. So that one can go in that fitting. That should be good. This end we only have to put the nut on, and the fitting stayed in the connector there, so we can squash that in. And that's worked up. This piece of pipe's a bit softer than the old one. That's good. Oh, we have our split collar. I nearly forgot that, but luckily it's split and we can stretch it over, I think. Yep, there we go, beauty. Job's right, should be all fixed. So I've just been to turn the pump and the taps back on, and it's nice and dry. We don't have any spraying. Oh, is there a bit of a drip out of there? I think there is. I might just tighten that fitting up just a whisker. But we've fixed the leak. I've left the pipe a bit longer than it was, so it sort of kinks up in the air a bit. But that doesn't matter. It'll be easy to see if it starts leaking again. But I don't know why there was a bad bit in that pipe. As I said, it must have been hit with a wheelbarrow wheel or something. But anyway, we've fixed it. Job's done. Let's get back to the container. Alright guys, I have to apologise. I've been working away without any regard at all to your viewing pleasure. I got carried away loading stuff and just didn't have time to film. So it's about 8:30 in the evening now. I've been loading the van because I want to get away by about lunchtime tomorrow. Now, you can't quite, well, you can see the end of it. That is a very heavy and quite expensive fully electric adjustable bed. Now, Mum and Dad about 18 months ago bought one each, and I think they were something like $10,000 to $12,000 or something. And you know, that's great. You've got to be comfortable, and if you've got the money to do it, absolutely. So the fortunate thing now is that Mum can still have one here, and we can move this one over to Nagambie, and then she can stay in either place for a while, and eventually we'll move the other bed across there as well. Extremely heavy, let me say. I've got a piano trolley and it's sitting on its side, but I had to make up a sort of a support. Now, if you can see that green sort of sheet, it looks like a pillow. I made up a rectangle type support out of some aluminium loading ramps and a couple of pieces of square down tube and also some pieces of 4x2 timber. I wrapped it in an old electric blanket and taped it all together, and it balanced the bed quite nicely on the piano trolley, and it's still sitting on the trolley. I thought I'd just leave it there and it'd be easy for me then to get out. I've packed the rest of it with other mattresses and shelving and bags of recyclables and everything, so it should ride quite well there. Mum actually rang the bed people because she was concerned about how we were going to move it, and the guys said you'll need a trolley and 2 strong men at the minimum. And of course that's like saying to me, I dare you to try and do it yourself. And I did. So there you go. Never say to me that I can't do something. We've had a little bit more stuff organised out here, but other than those 2 cupboards that went earlier, we haven't sold anything else today. But I did reorganise that far wall now, so it's a lot neater. Now, because of all these other things and having to make up a support for the trolley to move that bed, I didn't get back to finishing the container, but I have got a bit more done. We'll just walk down there and have a look. I might as well talk to you while we're walking. You get a nice view of Mum's garden. There's little windy paths everywhere. She's going to miss this garden, but her new place does have a nice garden. How good's this, hey? So she spends a lot of time watering and weeding, and it's too much for her now, but it's a lovely oasis in an otherwise dry Wimmera cropping country. Although, as I keep saying, look at the greenery in the paddocks. So we've got a lot done actually, and this is day 2. Day 1 was only half a day. Well, sorry about that slight pause. I had to put my little fluffy thing on the microphone because it's getting quite windy out here. Now, I was saying, yeah, day 1 was half a day. Day 2 has been a long day. We've got a lot done and it's not quite over yet. Day 3, tomorrow morning, I've got to do a tip run to empty the trailer, and I want to head off home around about lunchtime or so. It's not critical, but I want to get back home before you know, to do a few things before the evening meal. So it looks like we're going to have to finish the container in the morning. I'm determined to get it finished. I'm wrapped to get the garden shed done because that wasn't on my initial plans. And the other major thing I wanted to get done was the bed into the van, which I've just done now. So the container is got a really nice echo. You know how I love echoes. We've only got a few boxes really because that big long set of cupboards is staying there. So just that bed, a few suitcases. I think there's a pack of insulation in there. The broken TV. All right, so we'll get this stuff out in the morning. I'm pretty confident we're going to get it done. So that will finish the container. So I'll leave the trolley here because I'll probably use that tomorrow. Boy, it's getting windy. There's sheets of tin rattling on these sheds. It's supposed to be about, I think, 29 or 30 degrees again tomorrow, so quite warm. That's Celsius. But I'll be getting most of this stuff done early in the morning, so should be pretty good. Now, the other thing I've got to load in the back of the van is a bedside table from in the house and a small fridge from in one of Mum's hobby rooms. We might as well get set up over there for you know, for her to be able to stay for a few days and have basic stuff. I think she's packing some kitchen stuff, some plates and stuff. So it'll be a gradual shift. It won't be a sudden, I'm no longer living at that address, I'm living at a new one. I think it'll be a bit of a drawn out affair, getting everything set up over there, and it will take a long time to unpack stuff and sort out stuff. And you know, most of us have moved house and you can't find anything for ages. Well, imagine being in one place for 60 years and then having to move. So this room here, we've looked in here once before and there's a lot of stuff to clean out in here, but we're going to take this little fridge across. So I might move those drinks out of there now and put it in the back of the van. As you can see, we've run out of light. It was a nice sunset and didn't get to show you. We've been busy doing a few things. But yep, no more packing and cleaning and sorting today. I didn't get the fridge in the van, but I'll do that in the morning. We're going to have a pretty good load actually. Got all those shelves in. Now, the other thing we were going to do in this video was do a reveal on this old timber box cabinet. So we'll do that in the morning. That'll be episode 38. Have to run that stuff out to the transfer station as well in the trailer. So we've got a fair bit done, but I've still got more to do, and I do have to finish the container in the morning. So we'll call it quits tonight, and we'll get onto that nice and bright and early. So thanks for watching again, guys. Another big day at the farm. We always have big days at the farm. It's tiring, but it's satisfying, and we're working towards an end goal of having it all sorted and Mum successfully relocated. And the good thing about that is that most of our family will be able to call in and see her all the time without a big 4-hour drive, because my brother Greg lives in Melbourne. He's got a big drive to come up, and my kids, Mum's grandkids, are all over around the Gambia Way, and Greg's kids are in Melbourne. So it's going to be more convenient all round. It's kind of sad being the end of an era for the farm, but you get that. Things move on. Change is inevitable. You've got to embrace it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.